To every secretary who ever asked why centering a line can't be automatic, and why setting up columns, and indenting, and underlining, and erasing too can't be automatic. To all those secretaries, IBM says, wait till you get your hands on this. The new IBM electronic typewriter. So automatic that while you fold the letter, it types the envelope. Now that's automatic.
Introducing a whole new breed of Mustang. The all-new 79 Mustang from Ford. With a new aerodynamic design, precise handling, and Mustang performance from options of V6, V8, even a turbocharged engine. Mustang for 79, the new breed in 2-door and 3-door models. Capture one at your Ford dealer now.
Next Sunday on CBS Sports, see NFL doubleheader action. Check local listings for the games and times in your area. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
49ers ball, 1st and 10 at their 20. And by the way, John, we want to say hello to Lynn Dayton, Charlie Dayton's wife. Charlie's the public relations director, the Falcons, an old friend of ours. And Lynn, we understand, has been hospitalized for a few days. We want to wish her a happy recovery.
Well, I believe Lynn is expecting a baby. Hopefully that the illness has nothing to do with that. We certainly wish her well.
Bobby Farrell takes the handoff from Steve DeBerg, gets a couple of yards. Roland Lawrence, Frank Reed making the stop. Farrell, but somewhat of a surprise for the 49ers this year. They started the season, you know, with Wilbur Jackson running opposite Simpson. He went down in preseason with an injury. Then Greg Boykin came on, and he was hurt for a little while. Then Farrell stepped in, and he's done such a good job that even though Boykin is healthy now, Farrell has won the spot. 3rd down and 8. Make it 2nd down and 8. Simpson. Stop short of the 25. Dewey McClain, number 52, and Wilson from Uena.
All right, Frank. No. Oh, you get good.
I speak Samoan very well.
You certainly do.
3rd down. 49ers still need 6 for the 1st down. Simpson comes out of the lineup.
Looks like he's holding his right side, Frank.
He's had a tough week in workouts. And showed some signs of favoring that knee that was operated on last year. Flags down prior to the snap.
Well, the quarterback started a little earlier that time. He wanted to get out of the hole, and the center didn't snap it, so he had to stay in there. Any false movement will draw those people off sides, and it's going to be called, I would think, against the 49ers.
Illegal procedure will cost them 5. Here's the call from Fred Silva, the referee.
Offense, number 56, false start.
That's Quillen, the center. Never blame the quarterback. They always blame the center, John. You know that. Now 3rd down and 11. Hofer in the backfield with Farrell. Hofer taking the handoff.
May have had a loose ball in there, Frank. Everyone seemed to converge very quickly.
It'll be 4th down as Steve DeBerg leads his offensive unit off the field. And the hand is for the Atlanta Falcons defense as they come off the field. Fritz blitz, yeah. Connell in to do the punting. Now keep in mind that this Falcon special unit has blocked 4 punts this year. They lead the NFL in blocking punts. They've got 8 men on the line of scrimmage, 3 men back. They play this one for the return all the way. Billy Rickman at the 35, 40. Got a marker thrown as Rickman is dropped at the 42-yard line. Mark Nichols making the stop for San Francisco. And we've got a clip.
46-yard punt with a 7-yard return.
So that will cost the Falcons some yardage. They'll spot it back at the 26-yard line. And who was the culprit?
On the run back, number 26, clipping.
That's Esposito. Mike Esposito, the running back. They shall mark it at the 27-yard line.
Falcons have had 4 penalties for 54 yards, and this big one puts them right back into the hole.
My old buddy Jim was a great umpire. He was quick on his feet. He's got eyes like an eagle.
I'm still quick because I don't get filled up. I drink light beer from Miller. Light tastes great. It's less filling. It's got a... What's it say?
Here you go, Jim. Try those.
Oh, yeah. A third less calories than a regular beer. Hey, you're Boog Powell. Hey.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Introducing the new Ford Pinto for $79. A new design for a little American workhorse. New up here, new back here, new in here, and a parade of new design Pintos to choose from. The new Pinto ESS, a new cruising wagon, a new Pinto Squire, a new cruising sedan, and a new Pinto wagon. So join the band. See all these new design 79 Ford Pintos. A little American workhorse at your Ford dealer.
Ricky Patton, number 33, has come into the Atlanta backfield as they give Stanback a rest. He's a rookie. Low-round draft choice. 1st and 10. Atlanta from its 27-yard line. And they put Patton to work right away. Not much there as he is wrapped up by Archie Reese, number 78. Reese, another of the San Francisco rookies. There's Patton. Second period score, New England 7, Buffalo 3. I'm still picking the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, they've had a good season. They really blew them out a couple weeks ago. The offense seems to be a hot and cold type thing, Frank, but I think that you're probably right. They have an opportunity to do it.
2nd and 10. No gain on that last play. Falcons trying to move it from their 27-yard line. Flag down. Bubba Bean makes the catch and takes it out to the 36-yard line, short of the first down. Anthony Leonard made the tackle, but it's going to be called back for holding.
Well, that's a big play for the Falcons.
66, holding.
It's Bryant. Second time they've got Warren Bryant, the second-year tackle.
It's a fine call by... I think that's a coach calling the plays on both of these teams now, right?
They do.
Lehman Bennett and Fred O'Connor. Right now, Bennett is ahead of O'Connor 7-3.
You never call plays. What would you say if you were still playing and they said they wanted to call the plays?
Huh?
Patton to the 21-yard line. Chuck Chris making the stop.
I guess they're justified in doing so, Frank, if they feel that their offense is just not moving well enough and they're not getting the things done that they want done off of a game plan, that certainly the coach is justified in calling plays. I always felt that the quarterback was in a better position to call them. He had all the information he needed from his offensive linemen if they talked with him all the time. And if you can set your defenses the way that you want them to be because of formation, you should be able to go out and do exactly what you want. And it's just a matter of executing then.
Third down, Falcons need 16 for the first down from their own 21. Gronkowski with good protection going long for Jackson. Intercepted by Lewis. Lewis is back to the 45-yard line. Far sideline still at the 45. There's a flag as he goes out of bounds at midfield. Well, you mentioned they didn't have an interception in 3 ball games. They finally got one. They sent Alfred Jackson, their speedster, down there. Atlanta did, and he had 3 people around him. A clip may wipe out some of that. It's going to be a clip.
It was a poorly thrown ball by Gronkowski. You see him looking to his right side and going back. There's the throw. No one is open. He had everyone back there, but the ball was thrown high, almost up for grabs. As you see, the defense surrounding the football, coming up with the interceptions.
Number 42, clipping. First down.
49ers will keep the ball, and Leonard, number 42 on the clip.
Eddie Lewis, 22, made the return. The ball was very poorly thrown, and thinking Budkowski should go back to running some deep patterns if that's what he wants to do off of some of the passes he's been successful in throwing. And not just trying to throw it long.
San Francisco now has the ball at the 35-yard line in their end of the field. Paul Hofer gets the handoff. Eagles, who are short on running backs this week, they've got everybody hurt, have moved ahead of Green Bay.
Eagles 7, Green Bay 3. John Sciarra on a 3-yard run.
He does everything for Philadelphia. That's got to be the most versatile player in the league. Returns punts for him, holds, plays defensive back, short yardage quarterback. June Jones, Bartkowski's backup quarterback, getting that right arm loosened. Hopes he'll have a chance to use it this afternoon. 2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line. Freddie Solomon was the intended receiver, but DeBerg, victim of a big rush that time, as Jeff Burrow, number 75, really blew through there.
I don't know if we have that on a disc, but DeBerg is not really going back far enough. He took one step back there, I believe, and he was actually pushed in by his own men. Let's take a look right there. You see his own men coming right back in on him. He's going to have to get back further or either get some aggressive pass blocking up front to bring those guys down in front. 1 of 8 for 7 yards so far.
San Francisco has a 3rd and 9 at their own 36-yard line. Simpson has not been back in this series of downs. Solomon was the intended receiver, but he was well covered on the near sideline by Roland Lawrence, number 22, and DeBerg elected to throw it away. Oh, this young man is getting a baptism under fire, I'll tell you that. It's been a tough year for DeBerg, but the 49ers are hoping it will pay off in future years.
Well, we're looking at two teams who do not stand very high in the offensive statistics. San Francisco is 13th, and Atlanta is 14th in the stats. So, not very good offensive team for either one of them.
Falcons have 10 men on the line of scrimmage, so it looks like they're going to come after Connell this time. Rickman is back deep. Here they come. Nice high kick. Fair catch. Rickman back at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at that point. A 46-yard punt with fine hang time for rookie Mike Connell of the San Francisco 49ers. Timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
What comes out of a loudspeaker is only as impressive as what goes into it. Pioneer's HPM speakers have a unique super tweeter that breathes to produce incredible highs. Its driver delivers remarkably crisp mid-range. Its bass you not only hear, but feel. So instead of sounding great on part of the music, HPM speakers sound great on all of it. Pioneer, we bring it back alive.
Alcoa can't wait.
Here they come, pouring in from California and Vermont, from Texas, Oklahoma, and Georgia, from all over the country. Billions of used aluminum cans headed for recycling. Today, about 1 out of 4 aluminum cans is recycled and used again. Tomorrow may be 1 out of 3. Someday, maybe every one of them.
We can't wait for tomorrow. Alcoa can't wait.
Next Saturday at 4:30 on the CBS Sports Spectacular, see Hugo Coro defend his World Middleweight Championship against Rodrigo Valdez. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
With John Unitas, this is Frank Lieber at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. 5:43 left to play in the first half. Falcons have the football and the lead, 7-3. 1st and 10 at their 17-yard line. Following the punt by Connell. There's Bartkowski going over the middle, a little bit high, but pulled down nevertheless. Chuck Frist on the tackle as the pass reception.
Some play-pass action right here by Bartkowski. His fakes to his halfback coming across. There's the throw to his receiver. A good throw. Wallace Francis, number 89, making the reception. We just had some report on O.J. Simpson, who has injured his shoulder, may not be back into the football game. They've just taken him for X-rays. That could hurt.
For sure, he won't be back in the first half. Ray Strong and Ricky Patton, 2 rookie running backs in there now. And Strong, nice move. Almost out to the 45-yard line and very close for a first down. That was some move. You see that?
Joe Harris, 50, and Chuck Frist, 24 on the tackle. Let's take a look at it here as he goes to the outside, jumps over one man, makes a complete stop here. Cedric Hardman, 86, chasing him down. Misses as he goes back to the inside. Some good moves and some people standing around looking. Hit someone.
Ball is spotted at the 43-yard line. It is a first down for the Atlanta Falcons. With the two regular running backs being rested by Lehman Bennett. Rather warmish fall afternoon. Patton gets the call this time. And he's out to the 47-yard line. Well, you've had a chance to look at a little bit of Steve Bartkowski, perhaps for the first time here in the flesh. Former #1 draft choice in the league. How would you analyze him?
Well, I don't think he's throwing the ball as well as he's capable of. He's a little high with most everything right now. I think a big problem is that he's not following through with the football and throwing off his back foot. If he's going to move the ball down a little lower, he has to come over top with it and move into it with a little bit more authority.
Any way you could attribute that to the shoulder thing at all? He might be favoring that a little bit?
I don't think so. It's his left shoulder, and he throws right-handed.
That's true. You got a point. Archie Reese and Bartkowski looked up, and all of a sudden everything went black. The sky fell in on him. Boy, just one big leap here by Reese, number 78.
Well, he did not get deep enough coming down that line of scrimmage. That's the first sack for the 49ers, and the first one against the Falcons this afternoon, which gives them 36 for the year. But he didn't get enough depth on that play, Frank. He has to get a little more depth. His man dropping off the line of scrimmage, picking up the rusher a little deeper than normal.
Lehman Bennett alternates his wide receivers, sending plays in from the bench. He's got 3 receivers that he uses. Third down and 14 as the ball now is at the 39-yard line of the Falcons. 49ers faking the blitz.
Now, I believe that confused Bartkowski. He started to check off and took too long at the line of scrimmage. He's either going to make his mind up very quickly or don't do it at all.
Offense, delay.
Sometimes that's where that sending in plays from the bench can foul you up there. You lose valuable seconds that you don't have at the line of scrimmage.
That's right. St. Louis on a win streak, 14-0 over the Giants in the second period. Jim Otis on a 2-yard run for the touchdown.
Third down and 19, and again the 49ers threaten the blitz here. Falcons at their own 35. Bartkowski rolling out. Lets it loose and completes it to Jackson at the 48-yard line. Alfred Jackson, the rookie wide receiver from the University of Texas, really went high after that one.
Sprint out to his left there as he's trying to get a little bit better protection.
Well, he got close to the line of scrimmage here, too.
A difficult throw, too, by Bartkowski. It was a lot better catch than it was the throw, as you see Alfred Jackson going up high.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the first half. Bob Jury has come in. Leonard is deep. 4th down and 2. John James, number 6. Awaiting the snap. It's like a Chinese fire drill out there.
Everyone's pointing to everybody. They got that cat blocking. You take this cat, I'll take that cat, you take this cat.
Fair catch is signaled by Leonard, who pulls it down at the 14. That's like the lookout block, right?
Right.
You miss the guy, you turn around to the quarterback and say, look out.
Look out.
Coming up tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes kicks off television's top Sunday night lineup. Great show. More fascinating stories. All in the Family. That old standby is around, as is Alice, Kaz, and the relatively new series called Dallas. You can see it all, the fun and the excitement, here on CBS this Sunday evening.
Does all those kind of things really happen in Dallas is on that show?
Since I live there, I have to say no. I see very few people, wearing 10-gallon hats and things like they have on that show. Hofer taking the handoff out to the 18-yard line, but they have great shots of the skyline on the front of that show. You ever see it?
That's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful town. That punt went 33 yards before this last play. 4th punt of the ball game, 33-yard punt with no return.
2-minute warning going to both benches. We'll be back in Atlanta momentarily.
Imagine if someone invented a wonderful box and gave you a way to catch little pieces of your life so that you could see them again anytime by just dropping them into the box. Now, wouldn't that be something? Well, it is something. Polavision, Polaroids, instant movies. Seconds after you shoot, you've got it. And you'll still have it even when certain persons go off to college.
We gonna be the bowling champs tonight! Yeah! Are we having a problem? Yeah.
Did I forget my press stone?
Yeah.
Take out the old, put in the 2. Put in the Prestone 2.
Protect against freeze-ups and corrosion. Take out old, weak antifreeze and put in America's most trusted antifreeze, Prestone 2.
Take out the old, put in the 2. Put in the Prestone 2.
And when you flush your cooling system, use Prestone Super Flush.
Exactly 2 minutes left to play in the first half. 49ers will have a 3rd down 7 upcoming with the ball just short of the 20-yard line. Steve DeBerg leading San Francisco up to the line of scrimmage. 49ers without the services now of O.J. Simpson, who may be out for the rest of the game with a shoulder injury.
I would say that didn't work too well.
I would say change the play.
Farrell taking the handoff, and boy, were they ready.
Watch the defense come in. No blocking whatsoever. Fine play by the defensive line. Greg Brazina, number 50. He's been around for a while and playing extremely good football this year for the Falcons.
That may have been an example of the lookout block we were talking about a moment ago.
Looked like they're moving up that line of scrimmage very high.
3rd down. Needing 8 now following the loss of 1 on the play. DeBerg is 1 out of 9 in the first half. And the running game isn't working that well either, as Farrell took the handoff and ran into Wilson Famuina. And again, San Francisco will be punting. Well, if the passing game isn't working and Simpson is hurt, you'd have to think San Francisco's in a little bit of trouble.
I would say the passing game's not working very well. 1 for 9 for a 7-yard gain, although he has had 3 drop, which have hurt him in the first quarter.
49ers ran the ball very well on Atlanta 2 weeks ago. Simpson had 96 yards rushing in that game, and Farrell had 90, and they went over 200 yards. But they haven't run it that well today. 1 minute and 12 seconds left to play in the first half as timeout is being called, as the Falcons have hopes of getting on the scoreboard again. They lead it here by a count of 7-3. Trying to make it 2 in a row for San Francisco this year. They won that ball game 20-17 2 weeks ago. Coming up on CBS next Sunday afternoon, this is the lineup, the early games, the Giants in Washington, Tampa Bay, Detroit. The Falcons will be in the Superdome to take on New Orleans, which is shaping up to be a very interesting game, the way these two teams are going. And the doubleheader game, the late games, Dallas, Green Bay, and St. Louis, San Francisco. Who would have thought Dallas, Green Bay be a big game earlier this year? Connell is back there at the 4, awaiting the snap. 10 men up front for the Falcons. Let's see if they come after him again. They hit him. It's going to be roughing the kicker. Rickman fields the punt and will go out of bounds. Tom Pridemore, number 27, the rookie, blew through there, thought he had a shot at blocking the punt. And what he got was a big chunk of Mr. Connell.
Well, here it is right here. The ball's a little high. You think maybe you may have a chance for it, but there it is right there. He took a shot at it, but Tom Pridemore, number 27, all he got, as you said, was a lot of air and O'Connell.
That's an automatic first down. So the Falcon defense comes back on the field. Here's the call.
Running into the kicker, 5 yards, number 27. First down.
You differentiate there between running into the punter and roughing the punter. You rough him, it's 15. You just run into him, as Pridemore did, and it's 5. But either way, it is a first down. So the 49ers get the football back at their 24-yard line with 1:04 left to play in the half. They trail 7-3. Hofer and Farrell are the setbacks. It is Hofer on the reverse, giving it to Solomon, who wants to throw and does. Intended for Harrison, but he's well covered downfield by Roland Lawrence, number 22.
I tell you what, that kid got up off the ground and rifled that ball about 55 yards. Let's take a look at this. This is a Fuller right here. Hello, excuse me.
You know, Solomon used to be a quarterback in college.
I know. Watch the arm on it. He rifles it down there a good bit. How far is that, 60 yards?
Must be.
Woo! Well, I guess that's part of their 2 minutes drill.
I don't think the falling down part was it? 55 seconds left to play now in the first half. 2nd and 10. DeBerg going up the middle to Paul Hofer, number 36, who is O.J. Simpson's understudy.
Frank, in the last 6 ball games, the Falcons have held their opposition to only a 3.3 yard per carry, which is not bad. They've been having a terrific afternoon so far against them.
You know, they played Detroit 3 weeks ago, which started this 3-game winning streak, and they allowed the Lions 22 yards on the ground for the entire ball game. This will probably be the last play of the game if San Francisco elects to keep the ball on the ground and keep the clock running. Farrell to about the 32-yard line. Falcons will call time. They're going to at least make the 49ers punt it again and get a chance at a run back.
If they kick it very far, they should just go ahead and catch it on a fair catch so they get at least a chance for one play. If they get a bad kick and he has a chance at a run back, I would say it would be all right. He only has 9 seconds to go.
Mike Cottle, the rookie from Cincinnati, is the San Francisco punter, number 10. The 4th down. 49ers need about 2 yards for the first down. They're at their own 32-yard line. But just 9 seconds left to play in the first half. Defense-dominated football game, as most people expected it would be. I don't know if the Falcons are having a letdown, but it doesn't look like they're playing quite as intense as they were Monday night against the Rams.
No, they're not. They haven't really blitzed like they did the other night either. They had 1 or 2 blitzes where linebackers. Last Monday they were sending defensive backs, safeties, halfbacks, and I think Rankin Smith came in one time too.
You think Connell thinks they're going to come after him again? 10 guys up there, look at them. Fire in their eyes. He gets it away this time, and Rickman wasn't even playing deep. He's going to let it bounce at the 20, and the clock is run down to 0, so that will be the end of the first half. So despite the fact that San Francisco got on the scoreboard first and did so with a fine drive in the opening period, which consumed almost 8 minutes of the first quarter, wound up in a field goal, the Atlanta Falcons of Lehman Bennett came back with a touchdown, which was set up by a turnover, which of course has been a big problem for San Francisco all year. Bartkowski scored it on the quarterback sneak, and that's where we stand right now. 7-3, Atlanta leading San Francisco in this NFC Western Division battle. That's part of the capacity crowd here, better than 60,000 on hand at Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium. Frank Lieber with John Unitas, and we'll be back shortly.
We're here in the desert to prove how much power and endurance is packed into the Skill cordless 3/8-inch drill and screwdriver. With just one charge, we drilled 199 holes.
200.
And it still has enough muscle to drill through concrete and drive screws into metal with 2-speed trigger for better control. For any tough job at home or anywhere, take along the Skill cordless drill and screwdriver and do it with skill.
With great skill and discipline, you teach what's been kept a secret for centuries. And when the lesson has been taught and learned, now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best-tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
You got the time, we've got the beer, Miller.
On Sundays, CBS Sports presents the Emmy Award-winning NFL Today Show with Brent Musburger, Jane Kennedy, and Irv Cross. We'll have Jane Kennedy going on to the field with the headline makers.
Irv Cross showed me 2 ways to stop these guys. So defensive backs, take note.
We'll also have Jimmy the Greek's predictions and incisive commentary by Jack Whitaker. The Emmy Award-winning NFL Today Show. You'll say, You saw it on CBS Sports.
Halftime here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium with the Falcons leading the San Francisco 49ers by a score of 7-3. The fans here being entertained by the Morris Brown College Marching Band. It's been a very defensive football game so far. More of halftime coming up.
Welcome back. The Seattle Seahawks have just struck again. They now lead troubled Chicago by 2 touchdowns. Let's get you up to date with everything going on around the league. 7-3, Philadelphia and Green Bay just about ready to start the second half. New Orleans and Pittsburgh, and the Saints are for real. They've been moving the ball against that tough Iron Curtain defense. The Giants and the Cardinals, and Irv Cross tells me the Cardinals are knocking on the door again. Already it is 14-0. San Francisco, Atlanta, the game you're watching at half with the Falcons ahead. The 49ers should have scored a touchdown. Minnesota and Detroit and the Lions have just gone up. They score 7-3 in Bloomington. They lead the Vikes. And here's the score of New England and Buffalo. And the Bills scored first on a field goal, but then the Patriots came right back, and now they lead 7-3. That game is at the half. And there is the Seattle Seahawks update. It is 14-3 as the Bears have kicked a field goal. Cleveland and Houston figured to be tough down in the Dome, and it is. Oakland and Kansas City are also underway. They are scoreless in the first. And Irv, let's turn our attention now to that Giant game and roll up some highlights.
Okay, of course, the Cardinals are ahead in that game right now, 14-0, with about a minute left to go, and they just went over another touchdown. So the Cardinals just simply scored another touchdown while we were on the air. But let's take a look at some of the first quarter highlights as Jim Hart goes to Pat Tilley, number 83. Tilley makes a nifty catch going to his right sideline here before he's finally knocked down. Hart comes back later in the first quarter from the 5-yard line, goes to Al Chandler, touchdown. Cardinals score, and they lead right now 20-0. The extra point has not yet been kicked.
All right, Irv, Green Bay, Philadelphia. Terribly entertaining first half. We have all wondered about David Whitehurst. What kind of a quarterback is he? He answered some questions here. Under heavy pressure by the Eagles on the blitz, watch him get the ball off as he takes the hit. Middleton, with good speed to the outside, follows his blocker, 50-yard gain. Chester Marco then banged home a 43-yard field goal. It was 3-0. Here's Whitehurst now, looking for James Lofton, the rookie from Stanford, streaking down the sideline. Beats Outlaw, gets into the end zone, but it's called back. Holding against the Packers, no score on the play. Then this sequence turned it around. Bad snap by McCarron. Beverly tries to kick it on the ground. Eagles recover, and John Shara comes in to direct the Eagles whenever they get inside that 10-yard line. Former rollout quarterback from UCLA gets the job done right here, and the Eagles lead it by a score of 7-3. Irv?
Guess what? Jim Bakken came in to kick an extra point, and it was blocked. So the Cardinals lead 20-0 right now with about 30 seconds left to go at halftime in St. Louis. But Pittsburgh and New Orleans, that's the game you want to hear about right now. New Orleans leads that game at halftime by a score of 7-3, and Terry Bradshaw went to the air early in the ball game, going to one of his favorite receivers, Franco Harris. Who else? Harris makes a nice catch here and rambles 30 yards upfield, and with that, Harris breaks a 7,000-yard career rushing record here for the Steelers. Archie Manning gets back in the ball game with his Saints by hitting Rich Maldi for a touchdown. He leads 7-3 at halftime.
All right, Irv, and the NFL Today will continue on CBS after these messages from your local stations.
A practical joke causes a strange bedfellow for Archie. Be here when he wakes up on the morning after, the night before, on All in the Family, tonight at 8, 7 Central and Mountain on CBS.
Frank Lieber with John Unitas back at Atlanta. Halftime with the Falcons leading San Francisco by a score of 7-3. And a reminder that later this afternoon, most of you are going to be seeing the Dallas Cowboys take on the Miami Dolphins direct from the Orange Bowl in Miami. And the coaches, Tom Landry and Don Shula, discuss the importance of the game.
The biggest game is that we're both one behind our leaders in our divisions, and we only have 7 games to go. We've been down 2 already this year, early in the year, but when time starts to run out, then games become very, very important. So this has to be a must game for both Miami and Dallas.
We've had some big ones in the past, but certainly at this point in the season, this has got to be a big game. Our offense has to be able to control the football. We've got to have some type of running game. Now, Delvin Williams has been doing an excellent job for us. But, of course, the Dallas flex defense pretty much controls whoever they want to control. As far as defensively, you just have to keep your poise. You can't worry about all the shifting that's going on and then forget to play when the ball is snapped. You got to let all that camouflage go on and make your adjustments defensively, and then when the ball snaps, play tough defensive football.
I think the thing you've got to remember in our league, in the National Football League, that our game is pretty much of a mental game. It depends on how your players think, where you are, what you're doing.
You have to take winning and the success that goes with it, and you can't let it get to your head.
And I think when you come off the Super Bowl, in most cases you're overrated the next year from what you really are. Other teams come after you much stronger than they've ever come, because if you win the Super Bowl in 1977, then you are the measuring stick for 1978.
Teams enjoy playing against teams that have a reputation for winning, and we've won through the years, so that's why teams enjoy getting it up for us. People enjoy beating the Dolphins, not so much because Don Shula coaches the Miami Dolphins, but I think the fact that we have won Super Bowls.
And when you're fighting for the Super Bowl, everything seems to be on the upbeat. Everybody wants to win. They're paying a great price. Once you win the thing, then you want to win it again, but subconsciously you're just not ready to play at the same level you played before. And so sometime along the season you get in a position like we are right now, where you got to make up your mind whether you're going to come back and win it or not, or whether you're going to be watching the other teams play on Christmas Day.
Big hand here from the Atlanta Fulton County Stadium for the Morris Brown College Marching Band, finishing up their halftime show. Falcons leading San Francisco 7-3 as Atlanta trying to pick up its 4th victory in a row. Now, they had a string back in 1973 where they won 7 in a row. The year they won 9 and 5 and just missed the playoff. As you look at the halftime statistics, which tells you pretty much what you already know, it's been a defensive-minded football game.
Strictly defense. The only advantage, of course, Atlanta in the passing game, 63 to 7 yards, and neither quarterback really have an outstanding day. Bartkowski so far having the better of it in the first half. And I would think they have to get a little bit more offense, Frank, coming out in the second half. They really haven't shown anything, but of course we're looking at the number 13th offensive team in the league in statistic-wise, San Francisco, and of course Atlanta's a 14. So really didn't expect to do too much offense out here this afternoon.
San Francisco, as you saw, pretty well controlled the ball, but they did give it up a big turnover that the Falcons turned into the only touchdown of the day. We'll be back in a minute.
This is a bodybuilding course. Take it. If you'd like the chance to be in this kind of shape, join the people who've joined the Army. For more information, call this number toll-free.
Good old Charlie, that's me. Somebody's got a dead battery and they call good old Charlie, and I jump start 'em. Rain, snow, day, night. Well, this time I tell them, get your own Die Hard.
The maintenance-free Die Hard has extra power to start your car when most batteries won't.
This is the last time.
Thank you, Charlie.
Oh, anytime.
The Die Hard, sold only at Sears.
That's my team, the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm Randy Cross. What do you think of when you think of San Francisco? I want to show you a place that's special to me, the Japanese Pavilion at Golden Gate Park. The Japanese try to capture the good feelings of life through meditation, and they fashion their beautiful gardens to inspire contemplation. San Francisco has the largest Japanese community in America. Like any other community, it has the problem of how to care for the elderly. Old people who feel they've been left alone with no one to care. But in San Francisco, we do care. Our United Way is helping them through the Komochi Project, a united Japanese community service. Komochi means good feelings, and it stands for the love and respect the Japanese have for their elderly. The United Way works in San Francisco, and it works in your town too. Thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. Steve Bartkowski, the Atlanta quarterback, loosening up prior to the start of the second half. Looks like he's held up pretty well.
He has. He only had that one one knockdown that didn't seem to bother him at all, and he's moving out of the pocket now, changing up the pass protection, affording him more time to get to the outside. He really hasn't been throwing the football that well, even though he's had better statistics than Steve DeBerg on the other team. I'd like to see him get a little bit more force on the football and to work the ball off of some passes that he has completed on some quick slants. If he's going to throw the football deep, work off of that slant move and try to make that defensive back freeze back there and then get behind him instead of just running a guy down that sideline, Frank.
There's June Jones, the backup to Bartkowski, who you had a chance to meet down in the field, I understand. When was it, last year once? And he came up to you and said, my dad would like to be remembered to you because he played against you? Wasn't that the story?
I'm not even going to say a thing about that. He's a very nice young man. We wish him well.
But was his dad a good player?
I don't know. I don't recall that I knew his father. I may have played against him somewhere along the line. If you play for so many years, you'll ever run into a whole lot of folks.
And you played for so many years.
Yes, I did.
Ray Wurzing will kick off for the San Francisco 49ers. The deep man is Dennis Pearson, number 81. Wurzing, one of the bright spots for San Francisco this year. He's had a good season. Pearson, rookie wide receiver at the 5, 10, 15. Trying to get outside, 20, 25, and stopped at the 30-yard line. Wonder Mounds, number 25. You talk about your great names in pro football. How about Wonderful Mounds Jr.?
Not bad. Sounds like a candy bar.
Named his little boy Wonderful Mounds III. It's a true story. Nose of the ball is just inside the Falcons' 30-yard line as they put it in play here to start the second half, leading 7-3. They're after their 6th victory of the season against 4 losses, which would leave them no worse than tied with New Orleans for second place. Bartkowski going to come out throwing. And got the receiver, Billy Rickman, at the 45-yard line. First down for the Falcons. Chuck Chris, number 24.
Very good move. Here's something we were talking about earlier. Rickman's going like he's taking off on a fly pattern and then decides to come back on a little button hook, and of course Steve is right on the money. Good call that time. That's what I was talking about when you say working off of something that has been successful. You try to set up earlier. He took off a couple times, a long one. This guy played off of him and just kind of curled in there. Bartkowski had it right on the money.
So Rickman comes out to rest for a play as Lehman Bennett continues to send his plays in using wide receivers. Handoff this time goes to Bubba Bean. And we got a marker down near midfield. Bean to about the 49-yard line. Jim Webb, number 74, Joe Harris, number 70 on the stop. Cedric Hardman, number 86, they're looking on. You know, Hardman has got, they say, a 34-inch waist for a guy who weighs 250. That unreal?
He's one of the few people that I remember from that.
Number 57, holding.
He's a holding call goes against Jeff Van Note, the Atlanta center.
That's the 8th penalty for 84 yards against the Falcons. That sure doesn't do your offensive statistics any good, I'll tell you that.
What did you start saying about Hardman?
Hardman is one of the few guys that I remember from the 49er team. I think they've kind of traded or got rid of most of the people who have been there over the last 6-7 years.
1st and 20 now. Bartkowski, even with a blitz, gets it away to Jim Mitchell, but Mitchell is in trouble, and we get another flag. This flag thrown back deep in the pocket. Ed Bradley made the stop. And this one will also go against the Falcons. Oh, they are running up penalties by the score.
Offense, 78, holding.
There you saw an apparent holding penalty right there as one of the hands got tangled in the jersey. He didn't do it really. I mean, it's just kind of a mistake.
That was a rookie, Mike Ken, the #1 draft pick of the Falcons, guilty of the holding infraction. The word on O.J. Simpson is that he has a possible shoulder separation, and he will not be back for the remainder of the afternoon. So the 49ers are going to have to do it without O.J. Also got word of the Minnesota game that Fran Tarkenton was injured in the second period today. How bad, we don't know. Stand back. Not much running room there.
Good defense by the 49ers. Fine pursuit. Caught stand back, kept them short of the line of scrimmage.
Bruce Elia, number 55, the 49er linebacker, making the stop. Second down and 29. Now when you want the coach to send into play, right?
And now you're looking for help, right? That's right. What do you do on second and 29? I don't know, but don't throw it my way, right?
Ball is at the 26-yard line of the Falcons. Bubba Bean. Converged upon by the white shirt from the West Coast. Anthony Leonard, number 42, leading the defensive charge of the 49ers that time, and not much there for the Atlanta running back. That'll set up third down. That's what Markowski has done so far this afternoon. Not bad for a guy with a slightly separated shoulder. Rickman to the right side. Francis off to the left. Third down, 27. Safety valve out to Bean, who is stopped at the 30-yard line after a couple of yards by the aforementioned Cedric Hardman, number 86.
Well, he looked downfield. Apparently no one was open. Decided to go to his safety valve and bring in Mr. James and let him put it out of the stadium.
49ers will go with 3 receivers. That's what James did in the first half. Solomon is back there, so is Larry Jones, and so is Anthony Leonard, as San Francisco has 8 players up on the line of scrimmage.
Jones has had 4 kicks for 37.8 yards a try this afternoon. And hits this one very well.
Nice hang time. Leonard at the 26 runs into one of his own men trying to get outside to the 35, and there he is upended by Ralph Ortega, number 55. Pretty good hit. 49ers take over with 12:06 left in the third period.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find us near your home.
Oh, hi, it's me again, posting and pasting more posters. This time it's for the first annual Delco battery sale. AC Delco is making it possible for you to buy a Freedom battery at a special sale price.
Thanks, Delco.
Wherever you see this poster, look for it in your neighborhood for a great price on a battery you can trust. Thanks, Delco. Well, you'll be saying thanks, Delco, too.
Nobody does it better than Hertz.
Nobody does it better. Hertz leads the others by far. Nobody does it best for you. Hertz, the superstar.
Nobody has more of what it takes to rid you of Fairmont, Mustang, LTD, or other fine car faster.
Hertz, the superstar.